Hello and a very warm welcome to the Star Award Show brought to you by the Bob Mwiti Foundation. Picture this, a student who does everything right, studies hard, stays disciplined and dreams big, yet still finds their education hanging by a thread. Here in Kamachabe village, Kianjai Ward, Tigania West Sub-County, Meru County, we meet such student. His name, Collins Mutuma. Collins is a student at the prestigious Stare Boys Center and School. After his parents separated when he was at a very young age, Collins came to live with his grandmother, a woman battling serious illness, yet every day fighting to keep her grandson in school. Today, we are here to follow that moment, the moment when a future hanging by a thread is given room to breathe again. Come along with me.
Machabene village in Kianjai Ward, Tigania West Sub-County. At first glance, this place feels quiet. The sun hangs heavily in the sky, pressing down on the land below. Everything seems still, but that stillness carries a story. This is a drought-stricken area, a place where the rain no longer comes when it is expected, where crops dry before they mature, where the shamba, once a source of food and income, now offers little certainty. Here, poverty does not arrive suddenly. It settles in slowly, through empty farms, through fewer meals, through hard decisions families must make every single day. And in homes like this one, when survival becomes the priority, education is often the first thing placed at risk. This is the environment Collins Mutuma comes from, a place that constantly tests resilience, a place where dreams must fight to survive. Yet, within this landscape lives a young man who has refused to let circumstance decide his future.
My name is Collins Mutuma. I'm at Stare Boys Center School, and now I'm in Form 3. I'm now going to Form 4.
But his story cannot be told without also telling the story of the woman who raised him, his grandmother. Because every step Collins has taken in education has been taken with her beside him.
I first took him to Levy School because I didn't want him to be academically disadvantaged compared to other children in my household.
In 2017, Collins' life changed suddenly. After his parents separated, there was nowhere else to go. So he came here to Machabene village to live with his grandmother.
We came here in the year 2017 after my dad chased us away. So my mother, this was the only place we had to come. So we came here 2017. My grandmother welcomed us warmly.
She received him when he was still very young, after his father left the family.
His father disappeared after he got his mother pregnant. And because a child can't be thrown away or bought, I can't go to a market and buy another child. So I said, these children are mine and I will raise them. He was still very young. I took him in and began raising him.
Already battling illness, she still opened her home and her life to raise her grandson.
I was diagnosed with high blood pressure after my husband passed away. Later in 2023, I was also diagnosed with diabetes.
From that moment, their lives became deeply intertwined.
The whole January I stayed at home as my grandmother was looking for any school that would accept me.
For Collins, this transition meant more than a change of home. It meant learning how to survive in an environment where even basic necessities were uncertain.
After coming back from school, you have to come back and you go to the river, you fetch the water.
And while Collins learned to balance school with responsibility, his grandmother carried a different weight, finding food, finding medicine, and finding school fees in a land that was slowly drying up.
I used to be a farmer, but now the drought is so severe that we don't even have food.
School for Collins was never just about books. It was also about language, belonging, and confidence. Teachers spoke in Kimeru. Collins struggled to understand.
I really find it difficult to understand how the teachers were communicating, because I was not like
Fluent in Kimeru.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and I found some teachers are teaching in Kimeru, again Kiswahili, English, and now it became even more difficult for me. Now I was thinking, tawezana.
For a child already adjusting to loss, this became another quiet battle.
So in standard 3, I wasn't performing like that well that I was supposed. I really continued. That year was really tough, because knowing back at home, things were not good. So I had to focus. So upon reaching term 3, that is when at least I had mastered some Kimeru, so I could understand whatever the teacher was teaching. So at least there I became position 2. At least the school fees went up, so my grandmother could not afford. So I had to go to another school, that is Nairobi APC Academy.
This is where many children begin to fall behind. This is where some quietly disappear from the education system. But Collins did not. But at home, his grandmother watched him struggle and kept pushing him to continue even when the path forward was unclear.
I comfort him and tell him not to worry. I tell him God will help us, and that as long as I'm still alive, I will find money for him.
With the help of one teacher who took time to understand him, his grades slowly improved. And at home, his grandmother held onto the belief that education was the only inheritance she could give him. Ability had never been the problem. Opportunity was.
Standing here, you begin to understand the reality this family lives with. This is not a home of comfort. It is a home of endurance. Every corner tells a story of sacrifice. Every day requires strength that goes unseen. For Collins, this is where schoolwork happens. This is where responsibility began early. And this is where the fear of being sent home for fees is felt the most. It is from this place that he leaves for school, carrying books in his hands and worry quietly on his shoulders.
His grandmother relied on the shamba, harvesting what little the land could still offer.
Our grandmother, at least, she used to like from a harvest from the shamba, so she would buy some salad. We will go to the posho mill.
Just as Collins began to stabilize, school fees became a barrier once again. The costs rose. The income at home could not keep up. When the rains failed, animals were sold.
I sold all my cows in order to pay for his education.
When illness worsened, medicine came first. And still, school fees remained.
These illnesses have weighed me down so much that whatever little money I get goes straight to the hospital. I take medication every single day.
They tried to hold things together, knowing that one missed payment could undo everything Collins had worked for. Then came a moment that offered hope, an interview opportunity in Nairobi, a chance to test raw ability.
So she had a friend who was like teaching in DePaul Austin Academy. So this friend told my mother that there's a school which is sponsoring bright boys who would go to that school and perform better so that the school can have good results. So my mother, upon hearing that, so she called my grandmother, told her that in that August holiday in Standard 5, so I would go to Nairobi so that I can do the interview. So when I reached there, there was a teacher, gave me a mathematics paper. I did it in mathematics. At least that was the subject that I scored at least a 96.
That moment revealed something important. Even without resources, Collins had potential.
They saw that potential in me. They saw that I had the capability, so they took me.
And when KCPE results were released,
I did my KCPE in 2022. I prepared adequately. I never expected to have that high marks, like 419.
The results opened the doors to Starehe Boys Center and School.
I joined Starehe 2023.
For Collins, it felt like the dream was finally safe. For his grandmother, it meant another season of sacrifice had begun.
This is the reality Collins returns to when he is sent home from school. No clear answers, no guaranteed solutions. Only the hope that somehow a way will be found. It is in moments like this that many students disappear from the education system. Not because they want to, but because the burden becomes too heavy to carry alone.
In Form 1, things held together. The harvest was good, school fees were paid.
Form 1 was not bad. At that time, I still had my cows. I could milk them and sell the milk. The farms had food. Life was manageable. Things became difficult last year when school fee arrears began to be carried forward.
But drought returned, and with it, uncertainty. As the land stopped producing, his grandmother's health declined further. She could no longer work the shamba the way she used to. Animals were sold one by one.
After she became ill, you see, she couldn't even just go to the shamba or even graze them, take them to the grass fields. So it was really difficult for her.
And slowly, the fees arrears returned.
Since 2024, the harvest has been declining each time and then. So
the rain was not enough.
Yes, it wasn't enough at all. So even the earnings from the sales was not enough to pay my school fees.
At Starehe Boys Center and School, opening day is unforgiving. If fees are not cleared, students are sent home.
Okay, according to the school, they only send students during opening days. So if you know you haven't cleared your school fees arrears, so you know that you'll be automatically be sent home.
For Collins, this became a recurring reality. Each time he was sent home, learning continued without him.
I was 1 week down, like I was 1 week behind the rest. So the syllabus was still going on. I was, you see, 1 week down behind the rest. It's like, you see, the teachers are moving. They want to cover 4 terms in a year. Like they are moving so fast. Even if you just one day, they can even finish our whole topic.
Lessons, of course, moved forward and exams arrived.
Upon reporting in school, the exams are starting. So, and the students have already been taught by the teachers. So I'm not even aware of whatever is going to be tested. So it really became difficult. Let's say the CAT, it's covering even 4 topics.
That you have not.
I've not even. Yes, I have no idea of it. So even I did the exam, I felt terribly.
At home, his grandmother watched him return defeated, sometimes in tears.
Hiyo time nilikuwa nang'ang'ana, sometimes hadi nalia.
Ulikuwa unalia tu ki.
Sasa najiuliza kama shida yataisha siku gani. Hivyo. Sasa inabidi mpaka walimu waite hadi mzazi.
I feel so much pain that I sometimes lose my appetite. And when I see him crying, I also start to cry.
And tried to comfort him even when she had no answers.
He cries a lot and loses hope. He lives in deep misery. I comfort him and tell him not to worry, that I am still alive, I will find money for him and God will help.
Sometimes, to avoid being sent home again, Collins made a painful decision. He stayed in school during holidays, sacrificing rest.
I saw like I'm going to be sent home again. So I said, let me stay at school so that upon opening date, I will not be sent home. So my idea worked. At least in April holiday, I stayed. But now in August, I had to come back because they really needed me.
By 2025, fear had settled in. Fear that the struggle would finally win. Fear that education would be cut short.
Yeah, especially in this year, last year, that is 2025. My greatest fears was like, if my grandparent is not well able to pay just 10,000, even my mother not well able to pay just 10,000 per term. What about in the university where they ask huge sums of money?
Collins feared the future. His grandmother feared failing him.
What scares me most about his life is the possibility that he might not continue with his education, because I know that if he studies, he will get everything: his own income, his own home, and the chance to move forward with his life.
Still, something kept them both going. For Collins, it was encouragement from a friend who understood his struggle.
Each and every time I was down, he came by.
Uplifted.
Yes, we came from the same school, that was Paul Austin. We have been with him. Yes, even him, he is from a low background. So, like, we have something in common.
For his grandmother, it was the belief that education could change not just his life, but the future of their family. In Machabina village, this struggle was not invisible. Neighbors saw it, local leaders saw it, and when the opportunity came to vouch for him, they did so without hesitation.
Mutuma is a bright boy, and I'm sure if he can get assistance, he can do marvelous. He can do quite well.
Then came a name, shared through social media, confirmed through a friend, the Bob Mwiti Foundation.
It was only God who made it possible for us to know about Bob Mwiti Foundation through social media and by asking friends.
But with no other options left, they applied at a cyber in Kenjai Market.
We submitted the application by filling out on the website at a cyber cafe.
I also told her we don't have money, so we have to apply for it. So we went with my grandmother at the cyber. We told the cyber person to upload the program. So he uploaded it for us. We applied, I wrote the essay.
And when the confirmation came that Collins would be supported, they did not hide their joy.
So upon hearing that I was accepted, I was really happy. My grandmother could not believe it. She saw it like a joke. She didn't believe it. Even my mom. There was a guy who called her. She told her everything. That is when she was astonished.
When I was told that he had qualified, I was extremely happy.
The Bob Mwiti Foundation is rooted in lived experience shaped by the journey of its chairman.
I grew up in a very humble family, raised primarily by my grandparents.
It is a journey that did not go unnoticed. His primary school teacher saw it unfold.
I have known Bob for a long time when he was in nursery until when he left Gekumene, where I taught him mathematics. And he was my best student.
After performing well in his final primary school examinations,
In primary school, I worked very hard and was fortunate to become one of the top students in Meru County. That performance earned me admission to one of the most prestigious schools in the country, Nairobi School.
It was not possible for the grand parent to pay the fees. So Bob did not go to the national school. Instead, we sought other ways and enjoyed in Kobo.
as he prepared to begin Form 1, a simple but powerful act of kindness changed everything. His teacher, Mr. Power, bought him his first pair of school shoes.
Na niseme nikiwa mwalimu wake, nilishughulikia na kile anakumbuka kiatu nilimnunulia hapo town.
It was a gesture, but one that carried meaning far beyond that moment. It created a bond that has endured over the years.
All of you have known that I was taken to US by this young man. I was able to travel from state to another, road tour. Kutoka Florida, Georgia, Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Washington. My relationship with Bob is that of a teacher and a pupil. Hakunipeleka huko kwa vile mimi ni uncle, hapana. Ni kwa vile mimi ni mwalimu wake na nilikuwa namjali.
As part of a mission to give back to the community.
About 8 years ago, I began quietly supporting top students from my local primary school, Gikumene, and my alma mater, Nkobo High School. As the years went by, I realized there was a need to create a more structured and scalable way to help many more students. That vision led to the creation of the Bob Mwiti Foundation.
Through its flagship Star Award, the foundation seeks to empower brilliant and financially needy students through high school education.
Through the Star Award, we support outstanding high school students across Meru County. Every week, the foundation awards Kenya shillings 20,000 to one student from each administrative ward within the Meru County.
Si tuko na matajiri sana kuliko yeye. But he has that passion. He is very generous.
Standing in this dried shamba today, the challenges are still visible. The land has not changed. The drought has not ended. But something else has changed.
But at now, everything is just dry. It has just dried. With the help that I've gotten from Bob Mwiti Foundation, at least the work will be easier. My grandmother can even save money to buy her food while I'm at school.
And before we leave this home, Collins has a message for students like him and for families still holding on.
So only one word for them. They should keep going on. Life is a journey. It has struggles. Sometimes you be happy. So they should never give up.
Her grandmother could not hide her gratitude for the chairman and the entire Bob Mwiti Foundation.
I pray that God blesses him, adds many more years to his life, and expands his boundaries.
Thank you very much. You have come, you have helped me. I'm really thankful.
So I'm very, very grateful. Just to say thank you on our behalf.
You can support this family and help ease their burden through this M-Pesa number. Your kindness is truly appreciated. Through the Bob Mwiti Foundation, you have an opportunity to nurture education and support determined students. Your contributions go directly toward easing the burden of school fees, helping ensure that these students are able to remain in school.
Collins Mutuma's story is a sign that no situation is permanent and hard times do not last forever. The Star Award through the Bob Mwiti Foundation is all about empowering brilliant high school students through education to fulfill their ambition and dreams. Until next time, it's a goodbye.